videos ago, I did a video where I told all of you my unpopular book opinions, which is actually part two to something I did a few more months ago where I told you guys all my unpopular opinions. But something that I did before that video, like a few months ago, was I read your unpopular book opinions. So I've been asking for the past few months for you guys to give me your unpopular opinions, and while we didn't get many, we got a few. I looked through a few of them, not all of them. I haven't seen all of them. I don't know if it's been updated since the last time I checked, but today we're going to read them. We're going to see how crazy y'all are. Okay, so we're pulling it up right now. I'm actually really scared because I don't know what you guys are going to be saying up here. Alright, so we have 11 unpopular opinions here. So here's the first one. I feel like book talk overhypes books to the point when you read them, you realize they aren't as special as they seem. I definitely agree with this one. So I could actually name you guys a few. So it's actually on this shelf. So I feel like book talk really overhyped To All the Boys I Loved Before. I felt like it was written for a child. The Summer I Turned Pretty was okay. The Inheritance Games was okay. Red Queen, okay. One of Us Is Lying, Funny Story, Icebreaker. I don't even want to say that name. If only I had told her, because I liked if he had been with me, but if only I had told her was okay. But yeah, I definitely agree with that, because it's just like sometimes it'd be like, okay, girl, I don't really see where the hype is coming from, but if it helps y'all sleep at night to promote these books, then okay. Next one is Enemies to Lovers is mid. Listen, I feel like you're reading the wrong Enemies to Lovers, because now everybody's just saying if somebody looked at me the wrong way, it's officially Enemies to Lovers, which that is not true. Enemies to Lovers is like, I would say like fantasy. Like, for example, I'm trying to be biased and say a book that's up here, but I don't have a lot of fantasy. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but for example, my favorite book, Powerless, I feel like is not enemies to lovers, but it's like people try to make it seem like it's enemies to lovers. It's not enemies to lovers. It's more like we're on two completely different sides, and I'm pretending not to like you. It's more like rivals to lovers. There's a difference between rivals. Like, you can have a work rival, but let's be serious. You're having a work enemy. Like, unless he did something really bad to you, then yeah. But like a work rival is like you're trying to one up them or something like that. Enemies to lovers is like that pure hatred at the start from both of them, and then it blossoms into love. Okay, and I definitely saw that a lot in a few books that I've read. I'm trying to like find a good example, but I really can't. You know, it's been a minute, because everybody's labeling everything as enemies to lovers when sometimes it's just rivals to lovers. Okay, it's just rivals to lovers. Another one is I hate Snape and I always will. Who is Snape? Let's look that up real quick. Severus Snape. Oh, character in Harry Potter. I read the first book of Harry Potter and I didn't like it. I figured out, like, it wasn't only that one, but like Wings of Fire as well. I know it's like not a trending one, but I feel like a lot of the books that have like been published by Scholastic, I've just not enjoyed that much. Like, I'm currently reading The Hunger Games. I'm enjoying it, and I'm kind of surprised because usually when I read books that are published by Scholastic, I don't usually like them. So I was like Harry Potter, Wings of Fire, some other books as well that I was just like, we sure? I just think it's like, I don't know if Scholastic has like a certain way you're supposed to write, but it just usually it don't. Yeah. Okay, next one is ACOTAR is overhyped. Read the first two books and didn't enjoy them that much, so I won't be continuing. The first book I didn't enjoy that much. I don't remember much because I literally just didn't. But I've heard that A Court of Mist and Fury, this chunky book, is supposed to like be the transition into A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is even chunkier, which I feel like that doesn't make sense, which I respect that, because like if people are like you have to get to the third book for it to be all good and everything like that, why am I reading over 10,000 pages to get to the good part? Like, what shatter me I was like, the first book is mid, but I'm gonna do the second book. And the second book was good, you know, because I understand having that first book kind of be the stepping stone into a series where everything aligns together. And the first book has to be the stepping stone into everything to make everything make sense. Because this one was definitely that. But by the second book, we should start having some plot and some stuff going on, okay? Now, I have not read A Court of Mr. Fury yet, and I will be doing that hopefully soon. And I feel like if I don't like A Court of Mist and Fury, then it's kind of be the same thing. Like, why do we need two books that are like stepping stones to read two other full novels and one novella? Like, at this point, why are the stepping stones even important? Because now I don't want to even continue the series. So I definitely see where you're coming from. Like, why do we need two large stepping stones? Like, do y'all know the size of those books? The size of Sarah J. Maas's books are huge. I've been here for a while. Y'all know I'd be dropping my mic all the time, but the size of Sarah J. Maas's books are always huge. So yeah, Shatter Me was too melodramatic. I feel like I don't really know what to say about this one because, well, like I said, I didn't really enjoy Shatter Me that much. I enjoyed Unravel Me a lot more. I just feel like I want you to just think about it. If you were put in the predicament where you literally could not touch anybody, like you booped them on the nose and they're on the ground, and you were trapped in a cell for so many years, wouldn't you feel the same amount of pain? Like, that's, I didn't get annoyed by, I didn't feel like it was melodramatic because I feel like it was very reasonable. Like, yo, can't have any human interaction with anybody, been trapped in this place for as long as I can remember, people fear me, my parents didn't want me. Like, don't you think you'd be a bit sad as well? Don't you think you'd be like, oh, emo and depressed in the corner as well? Like, I know I would. Like, dang. I know I would. Dang. Because, like, what you mean I can't hug? Yo, physical touch is my love language. What do you mean I can't hug somebody? What do you mean I'm all alone in this cell for years upon years upon years? And this random man comes in. This random man comes in and just steals my mattress, my blanket, and my pillow. Honey, I'd be like, that all up in the corner too. My days. But you know, also reading this subjective, so I feel like maybe I didn't see the melodramatic in it, but I have already heard other people say like, yeah, I feel like there's too melodramatic. But I just have to feel like if you were put in the same situation, would you feel like your feelings were invalid or melodramatic or something like that? Like, I feel like if I was put in the same predicament as Juliet in the situation, I'd be like, that in the corner too. Okay. Reading classics doesn't make you noble, nor does reading Kafka. I've never heard of any of these other genres, but Nostvorky and Albert Camus. I agree. I don't know how to think about that for a second now, because the entire time I'm like, I agree. I only read one classic, which was for our book club. It was A Christmas Carol. I actually have no clue where that book is. I own it, I promise. It's probably in one of these stacks. It is. I see it. I read it once. Right, one classic. I want to read some more. There are some more that I've seen that I really want to read because like they seem interesting. But I agree. Because people be saying like romance does not make you a reader, fantasy does not make you a reader, this and that doesn't make you a reader. Like, you have to read the classics, and that's not true. I'm opening up a book, reading 100 plus pages per book, comprehending the information. I'm able to tell you what I read. Right? Don't you think that made me a reader? If, once again, let's take Powerless for an example because I use Powerless for everything. Powerless, I read Powerless, Reckless, Powerful, Fearless. Rated all 5 stars, right? Right? Don't you think that made me a reader? If I read, mind you, Powerless and Fearless, like, Reckless is like in the middle. Powerless and Fearless are chunky books. They're chunky books. It has plot, it has storyline, it has a beginning, middle, end, it has a conclusion, it has a conflict, there's a solution. Don't you think, like, when you took those English classes back in kindergarten, what was the main things that a story or a book has? A beginning, a middle, an end, a plot, a setting, a problem, a solution. On to the Next one. Miscommunication doesn't bother me that much if it fits the characters. Me too. I feel like if it's done properly, I can tolerate miscommunication. Like, let's say somebody says something and somebody else takes it the wrong way, right? Because now I feel like what's really common in books is like they don't speak to each other, and now it's all of a sudden they hate me. That's not miscommunication. That's y'all not communicating at all. I feel like miscommunication is when somebody says something and the other person interprets it the wrong way. Like now every book has miscommunication where it's like they don't talk to each other and all of a sudden they hate each other. Like, but you didn't talk to me. That's not communicating at all. Miscommunication is when one person says something and the other person takes it the wrong way. You know, like for example, I like you. Oh, she said she doesn't like me. She said she likes me, but she didn't say she loved me. So that means she doesn't love me. That is kind of like miscommunication. Miscommunication is like not. I'm gonna take my nail oil pen for example. Should I call him? Nah. She hasn't called me. Should I call her? Nah. Then when I see each other in person, it's like, but you didn't call me, so you hate me. But you didn't call me, so you hate me too. That's not miscommunication. That's y'all not communicating at all, sweetie pie. So I feel like yeah, if it's done correctly, where it's like somebody says something and the other person perceives it the wrong way, then that's proper miscommunication. Okay, on to the next one because I feel like I'm just yapping now. Fluff is better than smut. I don't want to hear about. Like I'm born to be. Okay, I'm sorry. I just like read. I didn't see that one. I told you I only looked at a few. I had not seen that one. This one makes me laugh, and I'm mad because I have it so that way I can't see who sent in what. And I just want to know who sent this one in because this is funny. I'm not even gonna say this because it's gonna make me feel awkward. But fluff is better than smut. I definitely agree. I like y'all might notice I have my fair share of adult books, barely, and usually just because I just skip the smut scenes. Like for example, and also adult books that I do have most of the time are like Closed Door, which this one I feel like is Fade to Black Closed Door. I haven't read this one yet, but I've heard it's Fade to Black Closed Door, right? So yeah, like why we don't even need it though. Like at this point, if it's like needed, first of all, that's not even romance. It's just lust, and I don't need lust in my life. Okay, I don't. There's no reason to have it. Is it even a romance? But I agree. I agree with your statement. I definitely do agree. On to the next one. Whoever submitted that was weirdly, you know, graphic. Twilight is a dumpster fire with a few good highlights. I've never read Twilight. I've never watched Twilight. I've seen those scenes where it's like I don't even know what his name is, but it's just like, don't do this. It's you. And no, it just makes me want to read it because I don't know. Okay, books without any sort of romance are the best books. I'm just a professional romance hater. I feel like Maria sent this one in. She hates anything with a hint of romance. Like, oh my days. But she's gonna like might as well take away my entire shelf. Cause all these books have I actually have Nancy Drew up here. I've only read the first two books, so I don't know if I don't think it's romance. Now you can. I'm gonna keep my Nancy Drews. You might as well just take away my entire bookshelf. Like, dang. This mic, I cannot hold on it to save my life. And the last one for this video is Tristan Strong punches a hole in the sky. I think it's unpopular. I don't think the person that submitted this got the concept of the form. But I thank you for trying. And as for Tristan Strong punches a hole in the sky, I mean, listen though, but I was reading this. I was buddy reading this book with my mother, and we got to page 216. She was like, "Is this ever going to end?" I was like, "I don't know." So we switched over to Nancy Drew. So I'm gonna finish this book on my own. You guys know, I don't really read romance on my own. I mean, I don't really read fantasy on my own. So I'm trying to come around to it, but I don't know. Not feeling it for real because it has to do with like Greek mythology. It's not my thing. So yeah. But that is it for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed. But before we end this off, I am an author myself. And I promise, I've said this in like every single video that I've shown this cover, the white border is intentional. It is intentional. Guys, I'm an author. If you guys want to keep up with my book, you guys can follow me on Instagram. And right now, if you guys go to the Etsy link that is in my description, you guys can get your own personalized signed copy from me once release date hits, which is July 31st. The signed personalized copies will be on limited quantity, so I recommend getting yours today while you have the chance, while it's guaranteed, because all pre-orders will be fulfilled and they will be guaranteed. So yeah. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Maddie out, kisses. Mwah. Maddie out, and goodbye.